you 3 quick ways you could start a conversation with somebody. Number one, and keep in mind, this is all like, it's all based on how you act, what your personality is. It's all based on, what you want to find out about somebody. It could be based on what the scenario is. You could be at work, it could be outside, it could be at the gym. So take all this with a grain of salt. To each his own. This is what works for me. This is what helps me get to know people better. And honestly, even as I'm making this video, I'm still not the best conversationalist. I'm not the best social person you will ever meet. But I do feel like I've gained experience and I've gained a lot of knowledge from working retail. And I feel like there's some things that I could share with you guys. So first things first, this isn't a conversation starter. This is just something you should have in the back of your head. Do not overthink anything. Literally turn your brain off and say what comes to your mind. Be present. Be in the moment. Talk about your environment. Point something out in your environment and talk about it. And you're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel like, I can't do this. You might second guess what you want to say, but bro, just say it. Just say it. Literally just say it, and don't have any regrets, because honestly, like, people don't even really remember what you said. The only person that's really going to remember the embarrassing stuff you say is yourself. You're going to be the only one staying up at night thinking about it. Nobody else really, it goes in one ear out the other. Nobody really pays it any mind. So definitely don't overthink it. Don't stress yourself out too much. I just want you to put yourself in that uncomfortable situation so that you're able to talk to people, so that you're able to start conversations. Because if you want to be if you want to market something, if you want to market yourself, if you want to do business, you always want to start a conversation and try to get to know somebody and just put yourself out there in general. So the number one way, what works for me is just like asking them, like, all right, if you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you want to be? Or that depends on what type of situation you're in. I usually say that when, like, I'm at work and I can feel the stress level around me. I can feel people not wanting to be there, people kind of coasting along and kind of dragging themselves into work that day. That's the question that I'll probably ask. Another question that I would ask, the second thing that I would ask is, how long have you worked here? What do you do for work if you're not at work and you're asking that question? How did you get that job? Why did you get that job? Always ask how and why. Just in general, ask how and why. If somebody's telling you, I love playing basketball, ask them why. And then they'll explain, and then ask them, how did you find your love for basketball? So the key, you're going to see the common pattern. It's to ask open-ended questions. You don't want to ask a question that is only going to get a one-word response. And that just goes with everybody. That goes with men, women, adults, kids. You always want to ask open-ended questions. You always want to, the key is to have the listener, the person you're talking to, be engaged. And once they're engaged, once they're conjuring up thoughts, once they are conjuring up thoughts and they're thinking to themselves the answer, what that does is it kind of takes the stress away. It kind of takes the anxiety away from the conversation, and now they're putting all their mental energy towards coming up with an answer. So definitely ask open-ended questions. How, why. The third question that I would ask somebody is, it's tough because I don't really ask questions. I kind of just like adapt to the environment. I adapt to the situation, and I kind of just throw myself onto that person. And I don't know if it's because I don't know how to start a conversation. I don't know if it's because I'm trying to make an impact on that person right away. But like, for an example, if it's the morning, I'm walking into work, I might like fist bump somebody, say, "Yo, what's up? You ready to go to work? You ready to do this? Like, you ready to push through?" And that's how I start my conversations. I kind of just like go up to people. Um, I may give them some daps, or I may fist bump them. I may say like, "Yo, keep your head up, bro. We got this." Or I might like say, "Oh, what are you gonna do after work today?" Or I try to always read the person's energy before I even think about what I'm gonna say, because if that person's sad, I might go up to that person and be like, "Yo, what's wrong? Like, are you okay? Like, what's on your mind? What's stressing you out?" Or if somebody's happy, I might go up to them and be like, "Yo, you're in a good mood. Like, you're just like me, man. Like, we're in a good mood together." Like, I don't really have specific questions that I ask. But then again, there's times where I'm working right next to somebody and there's like dead silence, and in my head I'm thinking about, all right, how can I start a conversation with this person? And usually I'll ask like, "Yo, how's your day?" I don't ask how's your day. I ask like, the main thing I would ask is like, what are your plans for the weekend, or what are your plans for the summer, or you know um things like that. I don't Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm still working on it. I'm still gaining experience in conversations. I'm still learning how to, interact with people in public settings. So I'm not really all the way there yet, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm not quite there yet, but I do feel like the best way to start a conversation with somebody is to ask them an open-ended question. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be, again, it has to relate to the situation. It has to, and it's all specific to what you want to know. Me, I love music, so I may ask somebody, what kind of music do you listen to? What's your favorite? Who's your favorite artist? If you were on an island, what three albums would you listen to? You can only bring 3 albums with you. Like, stuff like that, like interesting things, like fantasy, kind of fantasy, like made up scenarios, kind of like, you definitely want to be lighthearted and not put so much pressure on, like, you don't want to make it an interrogation. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't want to make it like, all right, what's your name? When were you born? Who's your mom? Who's your dad? Where do you live? Like, just keep it cool. Let the conversation flow naturally. Always pay attention to body language, and always keep that person engaged. So, yeah, that's all the advice that I can give to you. Work on this. Again, it's not easy. I understand. I overstand. Like, it's not easy starting conversation with people, especially when you constantly are thinking about the outcome, constantly are thinking about what you would look like, constantly thinking about if they would judge you, this, that, and the third. Like, you really just need to turn your brain off, be in the moment, ask him or her, whatever you want to know, and go from there. And yeah, like, I notice a lot of people at work. I don't know if it's just the area I'm in, but I do sense people are nervous. You know, people don't know how to really talk to other people. People don't really know how to express themselves in front of other, and I have no room to talk because there's still times where I feel like I don't know how to express myself. There's still times where I feel like I don't know how to have a conversation. That's just perfectly normal. That's human. But I do like this is like an everyday thing. Like this person just never wants to talk to anybody. This person just is so closed off, and maybe he has his own reasons. Maybe, you know, that's with intention, or him or her, whatever that person I'm talking about. But then again, it's like, yo, you always got to try to put yourself out there and introduce yourself and capitalize on every opportunity, whether it's an opportunity for you to make a joke or introduce yourself or start a conversation. Seize the moment, yo, because you never know. Everybody has something to teach you. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the worst person you've ever met. Everybody you meet in this lifetime has something to teach you. And that's just my mindset. That's how I see life. I never neglect anybody. I never judge anybody. I'm not a prejudiced person. I always try to, you know, take in the good, see the good, and if that person has something to offer me, whether it's knowledge, advice, you know, whether they want to help me out with something, then I'm gonna accept it. I'm gonna accept what comes to me because I know it's all for a reason. I know it's all meant to build my character, shape who I am, and everything is a learning experience. We're just brought here to experience life and be righteous. And that's it, man. If you guys left this video motivated, inspired, or a better person, then I did my part. Other than that, peace, love, positivity. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Put yourself out there. Don't be nervous. I get it. You might have butterflies sometimes, but the more you do it, it's just going to be second nature. You're not even going to thinking about it. You're not even going to thinking about it. You're not even going to think about it anymore. It's just going to come out. And yeah, practice makes perfect. So peace, love, positivity. Peace.